Call McCausland Lock Service at 610-430-1500. That's 610-430-1500. Conveniently located on Route 420 in Prospect Park, PA.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge.
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
And we're back here on Phillies on Deck, presented by ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Beautiful afternoon here in San Francisco, about 64 degrees it'll be at first pitch. Bright blue skies as well. And on Wednesday afternoons, of course, on the show, it means we check in with Phillies Director of Fun and Games, John Brazier. He's always on the lookout for random celebs, former ball players, athletes from all walks of life. And when he finds them, he peppers them with questions. And today, he tracks down a collegiate national champ and a Super Bowl winner. And they go batting around with Brazier.
All right, I'm here with Eagles linebacker Nakobe Dean. Nakobe, are you ready for some batting around with Brazier?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, you grew up in Horn Lake, Mississippi.
I did.
Who was your favorite baseball player as a kid?
Big Papi Ortiz.
Oh, yeah? David Ortiz. There you go.
He was a
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro.
The only reason is my favorite because one of our PTs, Shanice, it was Morris Chestnut.
Okay.
Morris Chestnut.
All right, which teammate had the most fun at the Eagles parade?
Nolan Smith.
Okay. Would you rather jump out of an airplane, run with the bulls, or get in a shark cage? If you had to do one of those three things.
Jumping out the airplane.
Jump out of the airplane. All right, yeah. Two more things. Coolest piece of memorabilia that you possess?
Probably my high school jersey.
Okay.
After they retired, they gave me the other half. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, and last question. Superman, Batman, or Spider-Man?
We're going Superman.
Going Superman. All right. Well, thanks for Kobe. Really appreciate it.
Yes,
and let's send it back to Murph.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Can you imagine Nakobe Dean as a running back? That would be one tough tackle for sure. Good stuff, guys. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to take a quick break here on the show, but when we come back, Scott Fransky sits down with the manager, Rob Thompson, to talk about this final game here in San Francisco. It's coming up on the other side, so stay with us on the Phillies Radio Network.
Baseball season is in full swing, and you can find all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from checking out stats to placing bets in just a few taps. And as an official sports betting partner of your Philadelphia Phillies, you'll always find special team promos in the app. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Hackers suck. So does juggling multiple apps to run your business. Meet Trust UC from Telesystem, an AI-powered voice, video, and messaging platform with built-in cybersecurity awareness training. Visit hackersuck.com to learn more.
At PGW, delivering clean, reliable natural gas to Philadelphia homes and businesses safely is our top priority. If you smell gas, call 215-235-1212. PGW, fueling the future.
Yo, I want to get my wife something special. Bracelet, earrings, but not some cookie-cutter piece every woman's got.
Then step up to the 5th seat.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
All right, so here's the Mets home jersey. To me, growing up in New York, also a very iconic jersey. The blue pinstripes that represented the Dodgers. Got the orange outline, which represented the Giants, which are the two teams that left New York. And then subsequently, the Mets were created. You know, my parents were Mets fans growing up, and this was the jersey that I also dreamed of wearing.
Going to be available today for sure.
All right. And for you on the mound today, Jesus Luzardo is the guy who goes to the mound and tries to stop the Giants and stop this skid for you guys. Talk a little bit about what he's been going through. I know it seems like those numbers with him pitching with runners on has been a real difficult spot for him to maybe harness his command.
Yeah, I think the one thing that he's trying to do is just trying to be a little bit too fine. And I think he needs to get back to where he was at the start of the year, and we had talked about it yesterday. And just attacking hitters and fill up the zone, trust your stuff, go get them. I think, what he's fallen into the last couple of starts is he gets runners on base and he tries to be a little bit too fine, gets behind, and then he's got to come in and he's been giving up some hard contact. So just attack the zone and trust your stuff.
All right, and on the opposite side, Justin Verlander is still looking for his first win of the year as a member of the Giants. You guys are no strangers to Verlander. What does he look like when you look at his recent start scouting him?
Well, it's the velocity's down from the younger version of Justin Verlander, but he's still Justin Verlander. He's still carrying the fastball up in the zone and telling him with the curveball. And he's Justin Verlander, future Hall of Famer. I don't care what his numbers are. You better be ready to have a tough at bat.
Last night, Kyle Schwarber gets thrown out trying to steal third base after he took second. What are your thoughts on a play like that? I mean, we talk all the time about maybe when guys are struggling, they try to do a little something maybe that's not in their normal MO, if you will. Do you chalk that up as one of those situations?
I think so. I love the way Schwarber plays the game, and he's always looking for an advantage, but he's always looking to try to win the game, and so I love that about him. But in that situation, you better be safe because you're already in scoring position. But I love the way he approaches things, but it's just trying to do a little bit too much right there.
All right, Rob, we appreciate the time. Good luck today.
Thanks, Scott.
That's Rob Thompson joining us here on the show. We'll take time out and have more for you coming up right after this.
Dad, I hit a home run today.
Yeah, I saw it. That was really something special.
At Oliver Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, Electrical, and Remodeling, we know the importance of being there for the moments that matter. So when there's a problem with your home's heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call Oliver. They'll be there for you, so you can be there for the people you love. Oliver delivers more than service. They bring peace of mind. Call today or visit oliverheatcool.com and feel the difference.
Summers and new. Biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Oppo Taco. I'm gonna guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a
home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one. A hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack. You know, someone that's just mailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
In stock as they call all the action and your Phillies defend their National League East title right here on the home of the Phillies Radio Network.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia, powered by the Tasty Cake Studios, the home of the Phillies. 94 WIP, an Odyssey sports station.
Harper swings it deep. It's gone.
There's one goal.
Blasts one over the bullpen.
For your 2024 National League East champions.
A grand slam.
To bring the World Series trophy home. This is Phillies Baseball on Sports Radio 94 WIP. Brought to you by Citizens, official bank of the Phillies. Xfinity. Stream the biggest moments from the best seat in the house with Xfinity. Nemours Children's Health, the official children's hospital of the Philadelphia Phillies. CP Rankin Roofing Experts. CPR will breathe life back into your roof. Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IBX.com. Hatfield Quality Meats, the official pork provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Philadelphia area Chevy dealers. Visit Chevrolet.com. Tasty Cake, PGW, fueling the future. Temple Health and Fox Chase Cancer Center, official partners of the Phillies. SEPTA. SEPTA is the Philly way to go. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Philadelphia Insurance Companies, leader in nonprofit insurance and proud sponsor of the Runs for Charities program. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of the Philadelphia Phillies. NovaCare Rehabilitation, experience the power of physical therapy. Meineke, doing car care right for over 50 years. And ESPN Bet Sportsbook, proud partner of the Phillies.
Pretty well hit. He's looking up, and that ball is gone. It's into the Phillies bullpen.
Now, the voice of Phillies baseball, Scott Fransky.
From Oracle Park in San Francisco, California. Today, it's the final game of this three-game series as the Philadelphia Phillies look to avoid the sweep when they take on Justin Verlander and the San Francisco Giants. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a gorgeous day for baseball here in the Bay Area. Scott Fransky with you alongside Kevin Stocker. Bill Brooks is our engineer in the booth as we bring you the final game of this three-game set. The Phillies with a heartbreaking loss last night, 4-3 on a walk-off inside the park home run. Quite a rare feat in Major League Baseball, and the Giants pulled it last night against Jordan Romano and the Phillies to post a 4-3 win as they won the first two games of this series. The Phillies still haven't won a series here since 2013. Pretty remarkable, and it won't happen this year. Today it'll be Jesus Luzardo on the mound. Luzardo 7-5 on the year, a 4.44 ERA. He'll be opposed by future Hall of Famer Justin Verlander, still searching for his first win as a Giant. He's 0-6 with a 4.84 earned run average. The lineup card exchange is about to happen at home plate. We'll get to those starting lineups in the first pitch of today's ballgame. It's game number 93 on the season, and we'll have it for you next here on the Phillies Radio Network. Second baseman Casey Schmidt. Jung-Hoo Lee is the center fielder. Lee is going to bat seventh. Batting eighth, playing right field, Luis Matos. And batting ninth. And doing the catching today for Verlander, it's Andrew Kisner. Kisner catching and batting ninth. So again, Ramos, Devers, Adames, Chapman, Flores, Schmidt, Lee, Matos, and Kisner. And as we said, on the mound today for San Francisco will be future Hall of Famer Justin Verlander, who somewhat remarkably is winless so far this season in a Giants uniform.
You aren't kidding. This is, I mean, in 15 starts, he does not have a win. Your Septa-starting pitcher scouting report, he's 0-6, people. That's correct. 4.84 ERA. He's been really struggling a little bit. He's got 5 pitches. 4-seamer. He throws that almost 50% of the team. Likes that fastball, slider, curveball, changeup, and sweeper. Now, he had a little bit of a pectoral injury. Now, they've gone to that because the velocity for him, this little injury, has really dropped. He was down for him to 91, 92 miles an hour. He needs that velocity, similar to a Taiwan Walker who had some velocity drop. It makes the secondary pitches so much better. Now, he also lost command, so it's been a combination of the drop in the velo and having no command. The best combo that he has is his fastball slider, but without the velocity, the slider doesn't have the same effect. So we'll see how that goes for him today. This is brought to you by Septa. Septa is the Philly way to go.
Coming off perhaps his worst start to date against the Athletics, his last time out on the mound in Sacramento. He gave up 6 runs in 3 innings of work. And so Verlander 0-6 coming into this one, and the Phillies trying to put last night behind them as quickly as they can. Trey Turner will lead off for the Phillies. It's a gorgeous day here in San Francisco. First pitch is on the way, and it's taken for a called strike over the outside corner. And we are underway at 12:45 local time. Right on time.
Right on
the
time.
0-1. Turner swings and misses. Quickly 0-2 on Turner, who enters the game at .298 with 11 homers and 39 runs batted in. Verlander turns into his windup in the 0-2 pitch, and it bounces in front of the plate. 64-degree day. Totally clear skies, and just a slight breeze for those flags out atop the scoreboard in dead center and over the top of Levi's Landing in right centered field. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Verlander kicks and comes home, and the pitch just misses down low. Schwarber to follow, then Bryce Harper here in the first against Verlander. 42 years of age. The 2-2. Swinging a ground ball. Diving stop by Flores at first. He flips to the pitcher covering, and he gets there in time. As Wilmer Flores looked like he almost broke the wrong way on that ball, and he had to dive back to the backhand side and make the play in the hole. 3-1 put out for the first out of the ball game. Phillies have lost 9 of the last 16 games as they've started this series with 2 straight defeats. And once again, they'll be without a series victory here at Oracle Park, which has been a real, well,
say it,
place full of problems for the Phillies, to say the least. I said last night, House of Horrors, I think.
There it is.
The pitch to Schwarber, a swing and a miss. And it's 0-1 on Schwarber. Last night, sent one out into McCovey Cove for his 28th home run of the season. .254 hitter and 65 runs batted in. Here's the windup by Verlander in the 0-1. Swing and a miss. That pitch upstairs. He swings through it.
And at 96, so the velocity is back for him, and he's been very public about that. He is a big-time tweaker, always has been. He'll go through these little lulls where he doesn't feel good, or he loses a pitch, or he doesn't get the same break. He will go back to the drawing board. He's done that 3 or 4 times in his career.
Here's the windup, and the 0-2 on the way. And that just missed down and away for a ball. At first base, Flores. Casey Schmidt at second. The shortstop, Willie Adames. And at third base, well off the line, it's Matt Chapman. Left field is Elliot Ramos. Jung-Hoo Lee in center. And Luis Matos in right. Andrew Kisner is the catcher today. The 1-2. Swung on, ripped down the right field line. It's hooking, though, and it's a foul ball. Verlander, 262 career victories. 9-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young Award winner. Among his many accolades. The 1-2 to Schwarber, and he fouls this one off to the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Giants wear their traditional home uniforms, the cream-colored unis. Giants, black letters across the chest. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball. And Schwarber down on strikes for the second out here in the first inning. That'll bring up Bryce Harper. Second time this year that Verlander has gone up against the Phils. The Phillies beat him 6-4 back in mid-April. Gave up 4 runs in 5 2/3. Total of 8 hits given up. Here's the pitch. Harper takes. That's a strike called at the top of the zone. 0-1 the count. Harper batting .249 on the year. He's just 4 for 24 since returning from the injured list. Verlander with a windup in the 0-1. And a swing and a foul. Back. And straight back to the backstop.
Verlander has a few quirks when he pitches. One of them that sticks out to me is he has a lot of slide with his feet on the rubber during his windup. So he'll start normal and then he slides that plant foot all around the rubber. It's different.
Here's the 0-2, and that one's down low. Harper 1 for 7 in this series. Those powder blue batting gloves on both hands for Harper. The 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball to get him. And it's a 1-2-3 start for Verlander. We're headed to the bottom of the first. It's the Phils 0 and the Giants coming up.
The SEPTA starting pitcher scouting report on Jesus Luzardo. 7-5, 4.44 ERA. Four-seamer, sweeper, changeup, slider, sink. The four-seam and sweeper. I mean, that sweeper is a key pitch, but he needs to land it for strikes early. That's been an issue over the games that he's really struggled. This is brought to you by SEPTA. SEPTA is the Philly way to go.
Elliot Ramos will lead off against him. First pitch on the way. It's grounded through the right side, a base hit. Slices it the other way. The Phillies were playing him up the middle. And he beats that slight shift with a leadoff single. Well, Luzardo, over his last 7 starts, he's got a 9.49 ERA. That includes one start in which he gave up no runs in 6 2/3. Another start in which he gave up 1 run in 6 innings. It also, of course, includes starts in which he gave up 5 earned, 8 earned, and 12 earned. Here's a ground ball, double play ball to second, Stott to Turner and on to first, and Devers barely jogging to first. And he has doubled up 4-6-3, 2 pitches in for Luzardo. And, yeah, a lengthy outing wouldn't hurt the Phillies today for Jesus Luzardo. Some run support wouldn't hurt.
Some quick innings.
Here's Willie Adames. And Luzardo kicks and deals in the pitch. That one is in for a called strike. Luzardo, his last time out, got into the third inning, could not record an out. 2 innings, 6 runs, 5 earned. The pitch. Breaking ball, missed the back door. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A lot of talk about Luzardo and the inability to throw strikes out of the stretch. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Obviously, they had made some tweaks for him after the 2 games, Milwaukee and Toronto, where there was some theories about tipping his pitches. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Adames waiting on Luzardo, and the left-hander's pitch on the way. It's up high. His last time out, he had basically no command whatsoever.
None. Yeah. And I think there's something to those adjustments that you're referring to in regards to tipping. It just makes you have to think about it when you're on the mound, and that's a problem.
Here's the 2-2 offer. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And Luzardo gets a strikeout of his own after a single and a double play ball, and that'll do it for the Giants in a very quick bottom of the first.
For WIP.
Kids 14 and under will be able to rep the best mascot in baseball when they receive a Fanatic Big Chain necklace presented by Terminex on Tuesday, August 5th at 6:45 p.m. when the Phils match up against the Orioles.
Alec Bohm leading off, takes first pitch breaking ball in for a strike from Verlander. It's 0-1. No score here starting the second as the Phillies try to salvage the finale here in San Francisco. The 0-1 on the way, and it's swung on and bounced weakly. Left side, Chapman charges, bare hand, throws to first. It gets by Flores, and Bohm is going to reach safely. And that ball gets hung up near the railing over there by the camera well, beyond the camera well, actually. And the Phillies were wondering if maybe that ball was lodged and it should have been out of play, and it should be an extra base. Marvin Hudson, the crew chief, talking it over with Edwin Jimenez, the plate umpire, who was down the line. And it looks like they're going to award Alex second base. Rob Thompson had come running out of the dugout on the advice of Paco Figueroa. And now Bob Melvin, the Giants manager, is coming out of his dugout to talk with Marvin Hudson. Matt Chapman came over to try to say his piece, and Hudson was saying, I got it. Let me talk to your manager. And Chapman a little bit hot about it, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's going to get an error on this play on the throw, even though it was an unbelievable play. But, yeah, I mean, you can't, if the padding here, what is it, like maybe a 4-inch thick padding. So if it gets up on top and lodged on the opposite side of it.
And now it looks like Melvin is calling his bench coach out. They're going to have a grounds crew or a ground rules review. That is something that is actually, quote unquote, reviewable. The manager can request a rules check. Now, I haven't seen footage of where the ball was actually lodged. There's a kind of a padded curb, if you will, right at ground level. And the netting above it is only about 3 feet high, and then another padded rail at the top. And the big net, the protective net for the fans above that. But this was at ground level. And I guess got lodged in between the lower net and the padding at the curb. And Bob Melvin has been given the explanation by Marvin Hudson, and Bohm is out at second base. So the Phillies with a man in scoring position. That's not been a sure thing by any stretch here of late. The pitch swung on and hooked down the left field line, but it's foul and out of play. They do make it a hit and an error. Chapman's 8th error of the season. And Bohm now has hit safely in 10 of the last 11 games. The pitch. Castellanos hits one in the air to right field. Getting under it is Matos. Bohm goes to tag. Matos makes the catch. Bohm headed for third. The throw cut off, as that was a little bit offline. Had to be cut by the shortstop Adames.
It's a good read by Alec. Tell you, Matos got quite an arm out there. This ball is going to be offline. It's a good cut by Adames, who does it on his own. But if it's online, there would have been a play.
So we'll see how the Giants, looks like they want to play with the infield in here early in the game, and Max Kepler at the plate. Max Kepler just 8 for his last 47 as he takes down low for ball one. His last 15 games, he's batting 170. Verlander working out of the full windup here with the runner at third base and the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball fouled back over the screen. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Kepler hitting 149 this season with runners in scoring position. 67 at bats. He has only 10 hits. Here's the windup and the 1-1 on the way. And that's in the dirt. The count 2-1. As the Phillies try to get on the board first. Kepler batting .212 overall for the season. Played in last night's game but did not get an at-bat. And is 1 for 3 in this series. Outfield deep and straight away. The 2-1. And it's hit off the end of the bat towards short. Adames charges, gloves it. Runners holding. The throw to first in time. And Kepler grounds out weakly for the second out. And unable to get the runner home.
Again.
Well, the Phillies, we talked about it last night. Midway through last night's game, they looked it up, and the Phillies were near the top in batting average with runner on third, less than 2 outs. And something they call efficiency, meaning you get the run home. Somehow, some way, the pitch, breaking ball to JT, and that's in for a called strike. And they were better than league average in that regard as well. But lately, obviously, it's been pretty tough.
Right. Well, they were really good at it early, so now it's evening out a little bit.
The 0-1. And a swing and a ground ball foul. And JT down on the count. He did not play in last night's game. Verlander with the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up, foul, out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Wide of the line at first is Flores. He's 40 feet off the bag. JT waiting. Verlander into the windup in the 0-2 on the way. Swinging a little squibber towards first, and it's going to go foul before Flores can get to it. The Phillies last night ranked 18th, so basically in the middle of the 30 teams in Major League Baseball in runner on third efficiency with less than 2 outs. A success rate of just under 55%, scoring that runner home from third with less than 2 outs. That could be with a hit, could be with a wild pitch, it could be with a ground out, it could be with a sac fly, any number of ways. Just the whole point is they get him home. Verlander takes a peek at third. Here's the 0-2 again. And it's in the dirt, blocked by Kisner. JT hitting .318 over his last 22 ball games.
I'll be honest with you, that number, 55%?
Yeah.
I don't really know what to compare that to.
Well,
like 10 years ago. I don't know. You know what I mean? Is that...
Yeah. Well, it's 18th in baseball.
Well,
so
in today's game.
Yeah.
So does that mean other teams stink at it?
1-2. Breaking ball, and it's pulled into left. There's a base hit. And a 2-out RBI single from JT Realmuto will get the Phillies on the board. 29th RBI for JT. And with 2 strikes on him, no less.
That would be something that this particular hit here, 2 strikes, 2 outs, grinding, not striking out, getting a base hit. Those are the type of at-bats that the Phillies need right now. And I think Harp's been doing a little bit better at that, grinding it out. JT certainly has been better. Those are huge.
Here's Bryson Stott. He takes a called strike. JT right away got behind 0-2, fouled off 3 straight pitches before that ball in the dirt, and then the single. 0-1 the count, and the pitch. That's in for a strike.
By the way, I did find some ground rules here on Oracle Park, and that specific one where it gets lodged behind a pad, it doesn't necessarily pinpoint that particular one.
The 0-2, and a swing and a miss by Stott. He's gone on 3 pitches.
But it worked out.
Certainly did. Help the Phillies to a run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We'll go to the bottom. 12 runs allowed in 8 1/3 for a 12.96 earned run average. Here's the windup, and a 0-2 to Chapman. Misses very high and wide. All in all against the Giants in 5 starts. 6.75 ERA and 24 innings of work. Here's the wind of the 1-2, and that's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Luzardo faced the Giants earlier this season, went 5 1/3, giving up 3 runs on 5 hits. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, deep third, backhand Bohm, crossing the line, throws off balance. The stretch by Harper, and they got him. And Matt Chapman gets a taste of his own medicine from Alec Bohm. As the Gold Glover retired on a terrific play on both corners. Bohm and Harper on the receiving end.
Take that, Chapman. Taste of your own medicine, huh? Terrific play.
There's Wilmer Flores. Here's the pitch. And it's up and away. Flores had a base hit the bottom of the 9th inning last night to set up the inside the park walk-off home run. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Something that, well, by all accounts, doesn't happen very often. Hadn't happened at all in the big league since 2016, the 1-1. And it's up high, and you can layer in all the different other variables you want. It hadn't been done by a team trailing by multiple runs since the 80s, the 2-1. That's down and in. Hadn't been done by a catcher in almost 100 years. 3-1 pitch to Flores. Swing and a foul, back and out of play. Last time a team was trailing by multiple runs and came up with a walk-off inside the park home run, it was the same two teams, the Phillies and the Giants, but it was the Phillies who had the walk-off. 1989, Bob Denier, 3-2, fouled away. It was in extra innings. In the 12th inning, Will Clark and Kevin Mitchell hit home runs for the Giants to make it 2-0. It had been scoreless. And they hit 2 homers, solo shots each against Steve Bedrosian. 3-2. And it's fouled back again. Only to have the Phillies score 3 in the bottom of the 9th with Dernier's walk-off inside the park, which was basically a ball hooked down the left field line. It rattled in the corner, and Kevin Mitchell had trouble picking it up on the track. 3-2, and that swung on line past the dive of Turner for a base hit. Flores a hard-earned single. And with that, let's pause for station identification here on the Phillies Radio Network.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Powered by the Tasty Cake Studios. The home of the Phillies. 94 WIP. An Odyssey Sports Station.
With Kevin Stocker, I'm Scott Fransky with you from Oracle Park in San Francisco. Phillies leading 1-0. And Casey Schmidt stepping up to the plate. And the pitch, he swings and grounds it foul, third base side.
How many layers do you got on that cake?
Yeah,
that was like 3 or 4.
How about it was the first time in Major League history that there was an inside the park walk-off home run on the same day there was an inside the park leadoff home run.
Crazy.
In a game. The pitch is a called strike. Lawrence Butler did that for the Athletics. And he became the first player in 50 years to have an inside the park and a traditional homer in the same game. 0-2. And it's fouled away. That's what the Athletics were up to against the Braves yesterday.
And I didn't realize when I asked that question you were seriously going to put more layers on there. Way to go. That's fantastic.
There's probably more we could dig out.
I'm sure there is.
Baseball's a magical game, Stock. The 0-2. And that one is down low.
Last night we were talking about it in the post-game hit, and Greg had said, man, that ball would have been out of 24 out of 25 ballparks. Or
pitch is outside. Is that what it was, 24?
Yeah. And then he said, well, what ballpark then wouldn't have gone out of?
It's 29 out of 30.
Or I mean 29 out of 30. Yeah. And he goes, which one then, he was asking for it. And I'm like, do you think maybe this one?
It's a swing and
He's not here.
Foul ball back to the screen. Yes, it's a home run in every other Major League park, just a traditional homer. It's only not a home run here at Oracle Park. Old Murph, sharp as a marble. Here's the 2-2. And that's up high. Was he being funny? Or
he was dead serious. And
okay.
I was like, did he ask that? So then I started thinking, like, wait, did I miss something? But yeah.
There's a swing and a foul back into the screen. And Schmidt, the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. This has also been somewhat of an issue for Jesus, getting into longer counts, some foul balls, driving up the pitch count. They had a really quick first inning. 3-2 on the way, and a swing and another foul ball. 1-0. Phillies lead it. We're at the bottom of the second. Schmidt batting .276 on the year with 4 home runs. He doubled to start that 9th inning last night. 3-2 again. And he missed with it. High and wide, ball 4.
So to kind of touch back a little bit, we were talking about some of the changes he's been trying to make out of the stretch in regards to not tipping and a lot of glove adjustments on where he sets. Now, I think most people think that's an easy thing to do, but when you've been doing it your whole life on how you hold your hands, as Caleb Cotham is going to come out for a visit, it can be very difficult to just pick that up and not think about it when you're on the mound. I guarantee you when he's in the stretch right now, it is on his mind on where he sets his hands. That little distraction can be enough to all of a sudden you start missing pitches, you're not quite as sharp as you need to be. I don't think there's any doubt. Whether or not he's tipping or not, it's not the issue. It's having to change some mechanical things and where he sets up could be an issue.
Well, if that were the case, if that's the case, why not just go back to your old setup, your old delivery, do the things you've done your whole life, and let the results be what they may? Perhaps you weren't tipping your pitches. Perhaps you were a poor pitcher on those days. And now, I mean, I'm not sure you could even go back to the old way and be free of mind to say, yep, I'm just going to, and be like, oh, yeah, right, I'm not tipping.
Right.
Here's a fastball. It's a called strike. I'm just saying it works on both sides of the coin, right?
It does, but I venture to be honest with you, with all the video and everything, I've got to believe that they found something a little different, and they're like, let's get rid of that.
0-1. And a swing and a foul back to the backstop by Jung-Hoo Lee, left-handed batter. One of 2 lefties in the lineup for the Giants against Luzardo.
I don't think they're going to go through all this trouble mechanically unless they saw something.
The 0-2 and a breaking ball that stays high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. Swing and a foul back into the screen. Well, Luzardo, who needed only 7 pitches to get through the first, tied for the second fewest pitches he'd thrown in any inning this season. And he's over 20 here in the second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Finally gets a left-hander to use that breaking ball against. And he strikes him out. Second strikeout for Luzardo. And that'll bring up Luis Matos. Matos hitting only 170. 4 homers, 10 runs batted in. And the pitch. And that one is in there for a called strike. Again, since these changes took place, since those 2 games against the Brewers and the Blue Jays, he's had some really good performances as well. The 0-2 pitch, and it's grounded foul, first base side. And so I don't think you can lay it all at the feet of the mechanical changes. He's ahead of Matos at no balls, 2 strikes. Luzardo kicks and deals in the pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Back to his fastball. Gets him to chase, and there's back-to-back strikeouts for Luzardo with 2 aboard. We'll go to the third. It's 1-0 Phillies. On the Angels at 6:45, and all fans receive a Pico JT Romuto bobble figurine. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
The Phillies play here. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Well, live out your dream at Phillies Fantasy Camp from January 21st to the 25th. Take the field with some Phillies legends for a once-in-a-lifetime experience at the Carpenter Complex in Clearwater, Florida. Call 610-520-3400 for more information.
Brandon Marsh starts it for the Phils here in the third inning. Takes the first pitch from Verlander up high. Marsh had shortened a bunt. Pulled the bat back out of the way. It's 1-0 Phillies. Only the second time over the last 8 games in which the Phillies have scored the first run of the game. The 1-0. Swinging a ground ball. Sharply hit, but right at first. Flores scoops it. Takes it himself. 3 unassisted for the first out. Luzardo ended up throwing 31 pitches in that second inning after throwing only 7 in the first.
You know, I saw it too. He's clearly going to be at 100 innings pitched after today. I think that's where he'll be total so far. In his career, I believe he's only had 2 seasons where he's reached over 100 innings pitched. So he's been out there a lot, giving up a lot of innings.
Here's Trey Turner, who grounded out to first his first time up. The pitch he takes, and it's down a little bit low. One ball, no strikes. Turner, over his last 19 ball games, hitting .259. The 1-0. And that breaking ball, that's a called strike. He does have an 8-game hitting streak going at the moment, coming into play today. Verlander with a windup in the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul into the Giants' dugout.
And I feel I should follow up. The reason I brought up the innings is because with all those innings for him, and you were just talking about those pitches, the pitch count, he has thrown a ton of pitches this year for him. And it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how as the season progresses, where he is physically.
1-2, breaking ball, and he hooks it foul down the third base line.
He says he feels great. Arm feels good. His legs are good. It's all about the legs usually at this point. All good news.
Yeah, he had those back-to-back years, 22 and 23, in which he went over 100. 1-2, and that one's down and away. Of course, I would imagine some of those other years might be able to add in some totals from the minor leagues as well, combined totals. He probably was up and down a little bit a couple of those seasons. Two balls, 2 strikes on Turner. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Of course, last year his season ended after only 66 innings because of a back injury.
I'm not going to lie to you. My back's a little sore right now.
I'm carrying this broadcast.
It's just nonstop.
Now to bring up Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber, who struck out his first time up. The pitch. It's up high. Hit one into McCovey Cove last night, the 4th splash hit for the Phillies all time here at Oracle Park. Want to know the count and the pitch, and that one is a called strike. I asked him today, how many bodies of water have you hit a ball into? He said, I hit one into the Allegheny.
Pittsburgh.
It was in a wild card game. I asked, was it on the fly? And he said, I don't know. Whether it hit the walkway back there, the 1-1, swing and a miss. I said, did you ever hit one into the fountain in Atlanta? He did against Colin McHugh in dead center 2 years ago. I said, did you ever hit one in the pool at Chase Field? And he said he thought he did in the World Baseball Classic. Here's the windup in the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, and that's a called third strike, and Schwarber knew it. I tried to find it. I found a home run he hit against Great Britain that went over the pool, but directly on a line, but stayed dry.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
#800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Fans, if you're headed to Citizens Bank Park to cheer on the Phillies, be sure to visit the C.P. Rankin Rooftop on Ashburn Alley for the best view in the ballpark. C.P. Rankin Roofing experts are a proud partner of the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's go Phils!
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball, 94 WIP.
Jesus Luzardo back to work. First pitch to Andrew Kisner is inside for ball one, the veteran catcher. Here with the Giants, serving as the backup to last night's walk-off hero, Patrick Bailey. 1-0 Phillies lead in the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. I was trying to think of all the different stadiums that have a water feature of some kind. Atlanta, obviously, with Chattahoochee Falls. The Kansas City fountains. Kyle said he's never hit a home run in Kansas City. It's one of two major league ballparks he hasn't gone deep in. So not only has he not hit the water, he hasn't hit the stands either. The 1-1 is fouled back and out of play. The other one is Target Field in Minneapolis, where he has not ever homered in the big leagues. But he said he did hit a home run there in college in the Big Ten championship or tournament. Or 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to left. Straight away for Kepler, drifts back and a couple of steps, makes the catch, one away.
Nice. I don't think there's any other water features that are behind a home run wall.
Yeah.
Right. I know for a fact when I played at Veterans Stadium, though, I hit at least 3 into like huge beer cups full of beer. And they're probably very foul.
Here's a breaking ball that's in for a strike to Elliot Ramos. Ramos, who singled his first time up, was promptly erased on a double play. And the pitch swung on, hit in the air, right field. Going over towards the corner is Castellanos. Will he have room? He makes the catch up against the netting along the side. There's almost no foul territory down in the corner. And a nice job of concentration. Castellanos stays with it. We'll bring up Rafael Devers. Devers hit into that 4-6-3 double play his first time up. 1 for 7 in this series. The pitch. Fastball, and it's in for a strike. How many home runs total did you have?
20-something. 23, 4?
How many did you think you had at the vet? The next pitch is in for a strike, 0-2.
Not many.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. I was going to say it seems like a high percentage of
Thanks,
balls that
Jesus.
went into beer cups. High percentage.
I tried to get 1.5.
A big hit rate.
That's right.
brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
I was in AAA, and right before the game, they said, no, you gotta stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car, and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
Ends 8/4/25.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Lissio's Bakery, available at your favorite deli, sandwich shop, supermarket, and exclusively in Citizens Bank Park. Lissio's Bakery. It all starts with the bread, and proud partner of the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's go Phils.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
1-0 Phillies lead it, top of the fourth inning, and Bryce Harper leads off, takes the first pitch up high here in the RAV fourth inning, presented by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com to get your new 2025 RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go Phils. The 1-0 pitch on the way, and that missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Harper. Leading off here in the fourth, Harper, Bowman, Castellanos coming up. Here's the windup and the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled away. These first 3 innings for Jesus Luzardo, kind of like his last few starts. You don't know which guy is going to come out to the mound. A 7-pitch first, a 31-pitch second, and a 9-pitch third inning.
Right. Well, again, for me, it's about early strikes and then getting to the slider.
Here's the 2-1 to Harper, and that fastball missed inside. And they count 3-1.
You know, that last game that we were talking about, he went, 2 innings, didn't get through 2 innings. He lost all feel for spin. Imagine that. Like, if you lose not just the slider or the sweeper or curveball, all feeling.
3-1. Harper swings, drills it, deep left field. Going back is Ramos. He looks up, and it's gone. And Bryce Harper with an opposite field laser to left off Verlander. It's his 10th home run of the season, his first since his return from the injured list. And man, did he hammer that one. It's 2-0 Phillies.
Terrific swing, head behind the baseball. So much better. The at-bats the last couple of days, so much better. And he's talked about how he's feeling good. He's starting to get the timing down. I just really like how he stays in the at-bat. You know, he gets pitched so differently and so tough than a lot of other players. Terrific swing.
Here's Alec Bohm. First homer since June the 3rd for Harper. And the pitch to Bohm, swing and a miss. Remember Harper, who had missed a few days after he got hit by Spencer Strider, got back in the lineup in Toronto, homered in the very first game, and then 4 days later was placed on the IL. The 0-1, swing and a ground ball hit to short. Adames into Pickett, his throw to first in time. There's one away. And that'll bring up Nick Castellanos. It was Harper's first extra base hit of any kind since that day in Toronto, June the 3rd. First pitch, and Nick swings and hooks it foul down the third base line.
He hit that ball well. It's nice to see him go the opposite field. Now, the ball here in the day does carry way better than it does during night games. It's totally different.
Verlander and Castellanos, teammates with the Tigers more than a decade ago. Here's a swing and a miss. When Castellanos first got called up until Verlander left in a trade to Houston midway through the 2017 season. Here's the windup and the 0-2, and it's down and away. Nick with a fly ball out his first time up, 3 for 14 lifetime with 1 home run against him. 2-0 Phillies lead it. And the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and away. Two and two the count. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Marvin Hudson says no, he did not. Edwin Jimenez, the plate today for this umpiring crew. Hudson, the crew chief at first. Phil Cuzzy enjoying life out at second base. A little less scrutiny out there. And Clint Vondrack at third. 3-2. And it's swung on. Hit in the air to center. It's shallow. Coming on for it is Lee. He's there. He's got it. 2 down.
Bring home the best bobble in baseball and another City Connect Friday when all fans take home a Pico JT Real Muto bobble figurine on Friday, July 18th at 6:45 p.m. when the Phils host the Angels. Purchase tickets at Phillies.com.
Brings up Max Kepler, the home run of the inning for Harper, the 262nd different pitcher he has taken deep. First time he's ever gotten Verlander. Pitch is in there for a called strike.
Does seem like a lot.
262.
Different pitchers, yeah. Seems like a lot.
The 0-1. That's a called strike. It does to me.
Seems like a lot of tears from those pitchers.
Here's the windup in the 0-2 to Kepler. And that one is a little bit high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kepler grounded out to short his first time up. Phillies with the 2-0 advantage. Here's the windup by the right-hander and the pitch. And that's up high. Still 2-2. Kepler figures to be busy this weekend. The Phillies expect to see 3 right-handers in San Diego. 2-2 pitch, curveball, and he fouls it off. Just which 3, we don't know yet. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Nothing yet?
Nothing yet. I'm guessing Yu Darvish would be one of them.
I think so.
Just made his debut on Monday. For the Phillies, it'll be Ranger, Wheeler, and Sanchez for the weekend. Time called by Kepler. He steps out. Verlander with the wind and the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's a half dozen strikeouts now for Justin Verlander. He gives up the home run to Harper. Harper's 10th of the season and his first in more than a month. And the Phillies go to the bottom of the.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Marsh basketball jersey presented by CP Rankin Roofing Experts on Saturday, July 19th when the Phils face the Angels at 6:05. Get tickets at Phillies.com.
The home of the Phillies, 94 WIP.
The RAV fourth inning presented by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com to get your new 2025 RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go Phils. As the first pitch to Willie Adames is in for a strike, 0-1 the count. Phillies leading it 2-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. And Luzardo with the 0-1. And a breaking ball misses down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Adames, Chapman, and Flores. Willie Adames in his first year with the Giants. Has been hot lately. The pitch. Breaking ball missed outside. At his hitting streak come to an end last night. As he's 1 for 8 now in this series. But hitting .305 his last 27 games overall, the 2-1. And that one is in there for a called strike. Leveling the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Luzardo winds up and deals the 2-2. Grounded foul, third base side. Certainly one of the best views in baseball here at Oracle Park, looking out over the bay. Especially on a day like today.
Yeah.
Just about picture perfect. The 2-2. Fouled back into the screen. Adames will be here a while. A 7-year deal signed in the offseason to join the Giants. Part of a more aggressive leadership style, maybe, of Buster Posey. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. They really have gone out to make a splash. Obviously, Adames, a big sign in the offseason. Making a deal to extend Chapman, making a deal to acquire Devers.
And that was quite a story for a while. It's funny, when I was reading all about the Devers trade.
First pitch to Chapman is grounded to short. Backhand pickup by Turner. Throw to first is low, but Harper digs it out.
Is they done? But yeah, I was reading about that trade. In fact, you can even look now. You're like, what are some of the big storylines, for the Giants? And, of course, that's a big one. And for me, it's really about Buster Posey, how he has come in, and he's willing to make some of those big moves. And now it's a culture thing here, and I think that's one of the things that he was hired to do, was change the culture here with the Giants. And that means getting some players in that clubhouse that work together, that worked well, that believe in what they're, that Melvin's doing. Takes time.
First pitch to Wilmer Flores, misses in off the plate for ball 1.
I think Devers is going to start. I mean, he's not really hitting yet, but it's going to happen. I think it's really hard to get traded middle of the season, switching leagues, switching coasts, all of that.
1-0 pitch. Breaking ball down and in.
It's just a comfort level.
Yeah, I don't know that the Giants should be overly concerned about Devers at this juncture. Came into the day hitting .234 with the Giants, and an OPS just a little under 200 points lower here than with the Red Sox. As Flores takes his 2-0 fastball for a strike. 2-1. 2-0 Phillies lead as we play the bottom of the fourth. The windup by Luzardo, and here's the pitch. There's a strike call.
I ran into Buster Posey 2 days ago, right out here in the hallway, and I said, "Hey, Buster," and he said, "Yeah." And I could tell he was looking at me like, "Who are you?" Oh, I had to explain.
2-2 pitch, and that's got him. Did it hit him? No, they say foul ball. Did it?
Oh.
Or was that just in the dirt? What did that? I thought I heard a click, but I guess that was the mitt.
JT.
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't hit him. Looked like Flores almost tried to kick his foot at it.
Yeah.
So you and Buster are best buds now,
Well,
huh?
yeah. We haven't exchanged numbers yet. We're getting there. It takes a couple of years.
3-2. Fouled away to the right side.
What I said, well, I introduced myself. He was very gracious to it. But one of the things I thought was interesting, when I started broadcasting after I had retired, some of my early games, I'd go all over the country, and I actually worked some of his games when he was in college.
3-2. And this one's lined towards right field. Castellanos gets a bad read off the bat. The ball falls in front of him. And Flores with a base hit to extend the inning here with 2 outs as Castellanos misread that.
He broke back at least 2 steps. He totally was reading the swing. It was a big swing, but a jam shot, so he went back on it, reading the swing. But yeah, I'd worked a couple of games when he was a catcher. I think it was Florida State. I have to double check that. But he was some kind of college catcher, and
pretty good pro catcher, too.
He turned into one.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of work.
Here's Casey Schmidt now with a man on, and the pitch is a high hopper hit to short. Turner's got it, throws to second, and so the misread in right costs Luzardo only 1 more pitch. No runs, a hit, and the 9th.
Having all kind of problems. He came out and said, I'm just not deceptive enough. 100%.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. JT strikes out on 3 pitches.
He's been better today. The velocity's been up. The breaking balls are working. And when he talks about deception, he's in what I would call that can't quite mode. It's like what that means. I can't quite get the fastball by anybody. I can't quite get my slider where I want it to be. He's close, just not there. And a lot of that had to do with the injury that he had. Looks good today.
Here's Bryson Stott, and the first pitch on the way to Stott. Swung on, looped over to left field. That's a base hit. It bounced on the dirt at deep shortstop. So a little looping drive that bounces and then rolls into left field. And Stott will take the hit. Going to bring up Brandon Marsh. That was not a screaming line drive. 62 miles per hour off the bat. The pitch. Swung on, line to right, coming on for it. Matos has to pull up, play it on a bounce. And back-to-back singles here for the Phillies with the top of the order coming up.
You got a couple of guys on base here. This is a situation that I just love when you have Trey Turner who can run, 2 guys on base who can absolutely run. There's a lot of speed in what this does, and now you're going to get a visit here out to the mound, and that's because of the speed on the bases. You go out, you remind that there's a possible double steal. That's pressure.
Well, no visit by the bench, but merely Kisner coming over, and so is Chapman. And now, who is that? That's Schmidt running off the field. Second baseman's run over to the dugout and doesn't have a pitch comm device, I don't think.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
Next pitch, Trey Turner swinging a miss at a fastball at 95. 0-1 the count. Turner 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a strikeout. Phillies leading 2-0. And with 1 out, 2 on, the pitch, inside, almost hit him.
Phillies starting the day tied for first in the East with the Mets. The 1-1. That's down low. Meanwhile, the Giants second in the West, 5 games behind the Dodgers after last night's win, their 4th straight. Dodgers on the road in Milwaukee today, trying to avoid the sweep. The 2-1 check swing. It's a strike called. And they have a 2-1 lead in the 9th inning at Milwaukee today. Turner at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a bouncer to third. Chapman's got it, runs to third, steps there. The throw to first, not in time, gets by Flores. And now Marsh takes off for third base. Flores will recover and send it to the plate. But that'll be another error to allow Marsh an extra base. And it'll be the 2nd error of the day for Matt Chapman, something you don't see often.
Well, yesterday's game, Dominic Smith was over there, who is a really good defensive first baseman. Flores, not nearly as good, not as accustomed to picking balls. This ball really wasn't that difficult to at least block it. And as an infielder who makes a lot of those plays and gets to a lot of balls like Chapman, you have to have a first baseman that can help you.
So now Schwarber, and he swings and fouls off the first pitch. It's 0-1. Kyle is 0 for 2 today, as Verlander has struck him out both times. Phillies with some speed on the bases. Turner at first, Marsh at third, and 2 outs in the inning. Verlander, the 0-1, and that's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillies already up 2-0, a chance for more. Turner leading off first, the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. And some guys having a tough time with that breaking ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Runner goes at first. The pitch, it's taken high, no throw. Down to second, so Turner will get his 24th stolen base of the year. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. And the pitch swung on, hit in the air, center field. Lee drifting to his left is under it and waiting, and he's got it. 2 hits in the inning. The Phillies, though, strand 2 runners. There was an error, and we're going to the bottom of the 5th. It's still 2-0.
Yeah, mine was a tops now as well. I hit my first walk-off last year against the Mets.
Jacob Young, Nationals win! Now he's got his first walk-off big league hit.
Dad had bought a stack of them, and I was like, I think we can get these results, but he went ahead and bought a stack for himself.
Like business cards. There you go.
But it was awesome just to have that moment and have everyone so excited to have a picture of you is a fun moment.
I'm gonna go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich. Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
No doubt about it!
Stream every game on the NBC Sports app.
A 3-homer game!
And don't miss your game day forecast from NBC 10 First Alert Weather.
The Phillies play here. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Your Citizen Stats leader. Well, the Major League Draft is in a few days. The projected first pick of the draft this year is Ethan Holiday out of high school. Can you believe his older brother Jackson Holiday was the first pick in 2022? Citizens official bank of the Phillies.
First pitch to Jung-Hoo Lee is in for a called strike from Jesus Luzardo. Phillies 2 and the Giants nothing, as the pitch is a breaking ball that's in for a strike. And it's quickly no balls, 2 strikes. Luzardo 65 pitches thus far. Here he buries one in the dirt. And that's saying something because he threw 31 of them in one single inning in the second. But other than that, he's been pretty efficient. The 1-2 on the way. Swinging a bouncer foul, first base side. Lee struck out his first time up. Had a couple of hits in last night's ball game. The 1-2 swung on, hit in the air to right field. Castellanos over in the alley is waiting for it. He's got it. One gone. Going to bring up the right fielder Luis Matos. Mets are playing tonight at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Under the lights to wrap up. I guess they got one more game to go. They started. They had Monday off, I believe. The pitch to Matos. That's up high. One and 0. The pitch is in for a strike. Matos called up last year, really struggled, and 170 hitter so far this year. 23-year-old young outfielder, the pitch. And that was a strike on the inside corner. Boy, his command is so much better today.
Crazy. Crazy good. You start to wonder, why can't you just repeat that every time? But it's just, I think he tries.
Luzardo, the 1-2 offer. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And you get 2 strikes on him. You have some options open to try to get some chase, which has been tough for Luzardo to do. Like you said, you get ahead and you get a chance to use all your weapons. Put guys away, keep them off balance.
Yeah, and he's got this interesting stat to me where it's a
first pitch is a strike to Kisner.
His strikeout to walk ratio is 3-1, which is good. And yet his ERA is just too high for that.
Next pitch, and that one is also a strike, 0-2.
It's just because he just has these certain games where he can lose it so quickly and can't seem to find whether the sweeper. Now, I think about that sweeper too, especially last game when he lost the spin, lost the feel. It's a new pitch for him. So I suppose you could even think to yourself, okay, it's a new pitch. When he loses it, he hasn't quite figured out how to get it back yet just because it's so new.
He's ahead of the count here in the 0-2 pitch. And it's hit off the end of the bat towards first. Harper running over to it. He's got it. As that one came right over the top of the bag, Harper gets there and has to double back just to step on the bag, but had plenty of time to do so. So there's another 1-2-3 inning.
This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah. This
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
And for following box scores. We're made for celebrating big moments. And we're made ready with Citizens. Citizens, fellow fans, and the official bank of the Philadelphia Phillies.
The Angels are flying in for some summer weekend fun to match up against the Phils on Friday, July 18th at 6:45, Saturday, July 19th at 6:05, and Sunday, July 20th at 1:35. Get tickets at Phillies.com.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball, 94 WIP.
Here, Chick-fil-A Nugget of the Game, July 9th, 1996. Shortstop Ozzie Smith makes his final All-Star appearance, and local boy Mike Piazza earns MVP honors as the National League defeats the American League 6-0 in the Midsummer Classic at Veterans Stadium.
The batter is Bryce Harper leading off in the sixth. The Phillies with a 2-0 lead. Harper's last time up homered to left field. And that's always a good sign for Harp. Here's the 1-0. And a swing and a line drive left center field. That's going to be up the gap and go all the way to the wall. And Harper's around first, on his way to second, cruising in with a double. And Harper with his 14th double of the season. And his second extra base hit. That'll bring up Alec Boehm, man in scoring position for the Phils. Phillies so far today are 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. And that makes them 6 for 47 over the last 6 games. A 128 average. The pitch. Boehm takes. That's a strike. Owen won the count. And the pitch. Boehm swings and hits one in the air to second. It'll be caught by Casey Schmidt. I think the idea behind it was good. I think he was trying to go to the right side, but get that runner moved along.
And that's what Verlander does. He's smart enough to know, okay, if I'm going to throw the fastball, I'm going to throw it up in the zone. So it's tougher to get on top of it, which is what Alec was trying to do.
That brings up Nick Castellanos. And the pitch. Swings at it. Misses. Nothing in one.
He's just bent on swinging at that first pitch. He's just taking a shot. I guess he's just decided that that's his game plan.
0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And he fouls at the second pitch as well as he hits that one to the backstop. It's 0-2.
One thing, Verlander, after watching him throw today, one thing that I don't know if the right word is to say does well or doesn't do, but he's not bouncing a lot of breaking balls. And in the past, he used to rely on his catcher a lot. So far, he's not really doing a lot of that.
0-2. And a check swing roller up the first baseline. And that's a ball you'd see maybe in the past he would bury in the dirt right there.
Right. So as a base runner, Harp's out there who's an uber aggressive base runner. He's looking for anything in the dirt. Verlander's done a pretty good job of keeping base runners where they're at.
Verlander, who has not thrown a wild pitch yet this season. 0-2. And he bounces that one in the dirt, and it gets away.
That's me.
From the catcher. Way to go. Down to third goes Harper.
Fantastic.
Nicely done, speaking that into existence.
Had 2 wild pitches last year, and that's his first this season. And the Giants pull the infield in now. The count is now 1-2. Righty out of the full windup. And here's the pitch. And it's down and away, backhands it. I tell you, you bring up something like that, Stock, it makes you look really smart when the player just goes ahead and hands that to you, right?
That's just astonishing. I have a PitchCom microphone.
Here's the 2-2. And that one's down low. Kind of spiked that one as well. It's smothered by Kisner. The count is full now to Castellanos with Kepler waiting on deck.
I would think he would just go right back to that slider away. He could come in hard with the fastball. I think Castellanos would have a tough time catching up to it.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, and he lines it to left. There's a base hit. In to score is Harper, and Castellanos, who had been down in the count 0-2, comes back with a 3-2 breaking ball. He lines it to left. It's 3-0 Phillies.
I guarantee you, Verlander is thinking to himself, he's got 3-2, I'm going to throw the breaking ball, but a negative thought creeps in there, I don't want to bounce it again. And that little bit of negative thought is enough to hang something.
That'll bring up Max Kepler. Here's the pitch. Kepler takes up high. The Giants do have activity in the pen, as Verlander now up over 90 pitches. Only once this year has he gone more than 100. That was in Philly. The pitch. Ground ball foul, and starting to see a little bit of a recurring theme, because as we were looking over some of the logs for the Giants before, the Phillies are putting big pitch totals on some of these Giants starters. One ball, 1 strike, and the runner goes, and the pitch is taken high and wide. The throw down to second gets by. It's kicked into center by Castellanos. He'll get up and head to third. And a stolen base and an error, and the Phillies have a runner at third with 1 out. Third stolen base of the year for Nick. Third error of the game for the Giants, this time on Kisner. His third of the year. And now the infield in again. The count 2-1 to Kepler. The righty delivers. And it's a check swing. Did he go? He did not, says the third base umpire. Kind of surprising. Kepler, with his 0 for 2 today, is 3 for 28 in his career against Verlander, with 11 strikeouts. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air, left field, fairly deep. Should be plenty deep enough. Back on the track now is Ramos. He'll make the catch. And tagging and scoring is Castellanos. And the Phillies generate a couple of runs in the inning, and now have a 4-0 lead after the sacrifice fly by Max Kepler.
Well, after last night's mess at the end, start tacking on any runs you can. Nice job by Max.
And that'll bring up JT Realmuto. Verlander, big deep breath on the hill into the windup. Here's the pitch, and it's taken for a strike. Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies radio network.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia, powered by the Tasty Cake Studios, the home of the Phillies. 94 WIP, an Odyssey sports station.
0-1 pitch to JT, swung on, driven center field. Going back is Lee to the track. He'll make the catch right on the edge of the warning track, and that'll retire the side. The Phillies scored twice in the inning. They do it with 2 hits. There was an error. No.
Listening to the ball game on the Phillies radio network, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, is hard at work rebuilding our infrastructure, whether it's transportation, water, or energy projects. ELEC and the operating engineers, 825, are ready to get to work building our bounce back.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Your Independence Blue Cross player spotlights on JT Realmuto. Has 10 multi-hit efforts across his last 22 games. That's from June 9th. That's pretty good by JT. Getting hot. Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IBX.com.
First pitch is strike to Elliot Ramos as we're underway in the bottom of the 6th. 4-0 ball game. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, fouled back into the screen. And Jesus Luzardo has been sharp today. Had to throw a lot of pitches in the 2nd. Gave up a hit and a walk. Struck out a couple of batters as well. Hit some foul balls off him, but really not a whole lot to speak of since then. In fact, they've only got 1 hit since the 2nd inning, and that was a misread fly ball by Castellanos that fell in for a hit. Here's the 0-2 on the way, and that's up high. But Luzardo retired the next batter on 1 pitch, so didn't extend that inning very much. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball. In the hole, it's short. Backhand Turner. He's got it. Off balance. So to first is in time.
Well, I like the usage right now for Jesus on the day. He's almost right on target for what he always throws. So the four-seam fastball, 36% of the time, and the sweeper after that, 22%, changeup, slider, and sinker. Changeup, he's been really effective as well. So when you start talking about swing and misses, he spreads them through all of those pitches. Been really good.
Here's Devers, and he takes first pitch up high. 1 ball and no strikes. In Milwaukee, the Brewers scored a run in the bottom of the 9th against the Dodgers to tie that game up. They've gone to extra innings in Milwaukee.
Was it inside the Parker?
I don't know. I'll have to look. Now we're just waiting on the latest inside the park home run. It doesn't seem that it was.
No.
But it was a run given up by Tanner Scott, the Dodger closer. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a foul. The Dodgers got Tyler Glasnow back and gave him his requisite 5 innings. Off to the bullpen.
5 and dive. 100 pitches.
That's actually not bad. 85.
85
for him. 3 walks, 5 Ks. 1 unearned run given up. 1 ball, 1 strike on Devers. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Well, reestablishing his fastball was something that Rob Thompson kind of talked about with regard to Jesus. He's got to get back to being who he is as the next fastball misses up and away. That one at 97 miles an hour. Luzardo winds up in the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Oh, he got a piece of it. Stays alive. Do you find the Giants scorecard confusing?
Awful.
Here's a swing and a foul ball out of play to the left side.
You talking about the big orange monstrosity out there?
Yeah, I mean they got a lot of stuff up there. The batting order and the defensive chart and who's due up and pitch sequence and 2-2. Swinging a weakly hit ground ball right side. Harper wide of the bag has it. Rafael Devers, as slow as anybody, jogging to first base, is thrown out 3-1. And Devers even slower, walking back to his own dugout. Now puts on a light jog.
Terrible. It's a bad look. Just don't understand that.
Nobody cares anymore. Just us.
I think they care. I think people care. They just don't say anything. Make them do it. Not enough.
Here's Adames. And he swings and pops one up foul. This is out of play.
Yeah, I gave up on the scoreboard up there after the first couple innings on the first day.
Yeah.
Just because it was confusing me. Yeah.
Here's a swing and a ground ball foul. Into the Camberwell third base side, the Giants dugout. Took him almost 7 seconds to get to first. Here's the wind of the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away.
I feel like if he was to hit a home run and do his home run trot, it would probably be faster.
I feel like if he hits a tapper down the third base line that he has a chance to beat out, he's going to run hard. The 0-2. Now, he may not run fast. He may not be very fast, but he will run hard because he senses there's something in it for him, and there's nothing in it for him. Well, if he ran hard here, Harper's 30 feet off the bag, maybe a miscue happens if you force Harper to make a quicker play.
Right. I mean, I think it's...
Next pitch misses up high. It's 2-2.
I think it's terrible that we have to talk about it, and you explain, like, just run. Where was that lost?
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Baby. Struck him out. Adames down on strikes, and there's another 1-2-3 inning for Jesus Luzardo. Looks sharp here today in San Francisco. We're going to the 7th. It's
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Favorite deli, sandwich shop, supermarket, and exclusively in Citizens Bank Park. Lissio's Bakery. It all starts with the bread, and proud partner of the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's go, Phils.
The home of the Phillies, 94 WIP.
Top of the 7th inning, your PGW game summary. The Phils are up 4-0. Jesus Luzardo, 6 innings so far, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts. He's been very sharp. It's great to see. Offensively, 4 runs. Harp's had a good day so far. He's got a home run and a double, scored twice. And right now, as we are in the top of the 7th, it's 4-0, Phillies up. PGW fueling the future.
And the Giants go to their bullpen as they bring on left-hander Joey Lucchesi to face Bryson Stott. And the first pitch, a breaking ball way up and in. 1 ball to no strikes. Casey pitched here on Monday night, facing Stott, Marsh, then Turner at the top of the order. And Lucchesi wants a new baseball to work with. Want to know the count. Here's the wind of the pitch. Stott takes. That's a strike. Bryson 1 for 2. It is 2 ABs against Verlander today. Verlander goes 6 innings, gives up 4 runs, 2 earned on 7 hits. No walks, 7 strikeouts. Breaking ball down low. And certainly was better today than the 0-6
record .484 earned run average would look. Two balls and a strike. Lucchese with a pitch. And that's in there for a called strike. I mean, the Phillies getting the 2 unearned runs thanks to a Chapman error in the 2nd and a throwing error in the 6th by the catcher. 2-2. And a swing and a high bouncer out towards short. Adames near the bag. He's got it. Goes to first in time. 1 away. I should say they scored those runs in part with the help of those errors.
Right.
Here's Brandon Marsh.
Coming out of spring training, everybody was talking about the Giants and their defense. And they were supposed to be terrific defensively. Now, they lost Chapman for a while. That hurt because he's so good at third base, although today he's got a couple errors. But honestly, their defense all season has been a little skeptical.
First pitch to Brandon Marsh. That's outside, I guess. Edwin Jimenez pretty highly rated in terms of his ball strike accuracy, according to umpire scorecards. One of the better ones in the league. The 1-0 is fouled off. But nobody's perfect. Although you're pretty close.
What are you talking about? Keep going.
1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Breaking ball fouled back. Do you own any boots?
What do you mean?
Like cowboy boots?
I have a pair of, yes.
Are they Lucchese cowboy boots?
Oh, yeah. I have no idea. I don't know what they are, but they are, I don't know. I didn't realize that was a brand.
It is.
Okay.
I don't think it's spelled quite the same way as Joey Lucchese, Frank Lucchese. As the pitch is up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Do you own a pair of boots?
I do.
You kind of have to, being from Texas, don't you?
Well, you don't have to. There's no requirement or anything. You can either own them or not. You're allowed to do that. Make that choice yourself. Here's the 2-2 is fouled back.
Well, thanks for that explanation, by the way.
But no, you don't have to wear.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like a.
I mean, do you ever wear them? Honestly?
Honestly, I haven't worn them much. No.
Okay. Do you have a hat? Cowboy hat?
I do.
So, but you can't be called a cowboy. Can we call you a cowboy?
Why would you do that?
Because we had it. Was it last road trip?
I don't ride horses.
So you have to ride horses to be a cowboy.
I think you probably should. 2-2. That's inside. Count is full now. 3-2. I think you need to be able to, got to learn to rope and ride. We've been there. We've been down this road.
Saddle.
Okay? 3-2. Swung on, fouled away.
So if you don't rope and ride, but you have a ranch, what are you, just a farmer?
A rancher?
I'm having this conversation with the wrong guy because you'll have an answer for all of that.
It just depends. What are you doing? Are you raising cattle? You have a cattle ranch? Here's the windup in the 3-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. There's a base hit for Brandon Marsh. Second hit of the day for Brandon. Boy, he just continues to be a force for the Phillies at the bottom of the order. There's a hit off a lefty for Marsh. And that'll bring up Trey Turner. I mean, some people in Texas go to work in like an office building and things like that. Not everybody rides horses and wears boots all the time. Here's Trey Turner, and he takes a called strike. Do you own a cowboy hat?
No, I do not yet.
Murph, put that down on the birthday list, will you?
Pitch is down low. I know Murph has one. I've seen the old photograph of Murph in his Western wear. Leather vest.
Not a cowboy.
Chaps. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Breaking ball. That's up high. I wonder if is that picture out on the web somewhere? Do you think could do a deep Google search of some kind? I know you have it. I'm just wonder if anybody else could
find
that picture. Throw over to first. There's an old photograph of Murph on the cover of that was doctored, but Murph in a whole Western outfit. I think it was in his formative TV days. The pitch is hit in the air down the right field line. It's slicing, but it's going to go out of play. It was a gig he had.
A gig?
Yeah, and he had to dress the part. So it's like being an actor.
Well, you grew up in Texas and so forth. Did you have anybody ride horses to school?
No. We had streets and cars.
Well, we had that. I grew up in Spokane, up in Washington State.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. It's up high. Sometimes we'd ride our bikes on the sidewalk, but not our horses.
Well, you don't really want horses on the sidewalk.
I lived in the city. I mean, I lived in a suburb, just a 1970s residential development is where I lived. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. High fastball got him, and Turner down on strikes. Two away. Here comes Kyle Schwarber. Maybe Murph should just post that picture on his socials. I'm going to ask Seth to find it. He'll put it up. So pitch in the dirt goes all the way to the backstop, and Marsh will jog down to second on the second wild pitch of the day for Giants pitching. And that'll put a man in scoring position here. Uh-oh, Tom and Ruben are having garlic fries. Hope you're not sitting next to them on the plane.
Well, they sit next to each other.
Here's the 1-0. And there's a fastball for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 4-0 here. Phillies are leading it. We're in the 7th. Lucchesi delivers. And a swing and a fly ball into left. Ramos backing up, nearing the track, but still on the grass as he makes the catch. And the side's retired. So no runs, a hit, a man left, and it is stretch time here.
We wanted to introduce something new. And then working in some of our past and what the past can look like in the future. I think our players absolutely love it, and our fans, we think they'll learn to love it, especially if you can win in it. That kind of solves everything.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Secure seats and field passes today at Phillies.com/theme nights.
Phillies baseball, Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Spend August at Citizens Bank Park with the August Ballpark Pass. Secure standing room access to all 16 August home games for just $125. Visit Phillies.com to purchase the pass today or while supplies last.
To the bottom of the 7th, it's 4-0. Jesus Luzardo still on the mound, delivers a called strike, and 0-1 to Matt Chapman. Chapman, Flores, and Schmidt due up here in the 7th. And the pitch is up and away. Jesus Luzardo has retired 14 of the last 15 batters in order, the 1-1. And that is up high. The only blemish in there was a bloop base hit by Wilmer Flores that it looked like Nick Castellanos misread off the bat. And it fell in for a single. Here's the windup, the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Otherwise, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't after the walk to Schmidt, they had the two runners on, and we were talking about mechanics and pitching out of the stretch, and Caleb Cotham came out. And there's a swing at a high pop-up right side, fighting the son Harper. He's calling, and he makes the catch. One away.
What are you suggesting?
Dynamite mound visit. He was retired 15 out of 16.
Do you think he went out there and was like, hey, look, I got a pair of cowboy boots?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think it was the furthest thing from his mind.
Yeah.
But if I had to bet, I'd say Caleb Cotham owns a pair somewhere in his, in his collection.
Caleb, he goes out to the mound sparingly. He doesn't like doing it.
Wilmer Flores, and he fouls one out of play to the right side.
But yeah, usually when he goes out there, it's very intentional with something to say to these guys. And, it's possible that he went out there and said something to simplify, gets his mind back straight.
0-1 pitch. Swung on, yanked deep, but foul out of play left side.
It's so nice, though, to see when he's pitching, for example, here, it's 0-2. Right? He's 0-2. He's constantly getting ahead, and he just can't get too nitpicky. I think in his past starts, some of the times he's trying to get the perfect pitch, and sometimes you have to let the hitter help you with a hard foul ball.
0-2 pitch. Flores fouls it out of play to the right side. Phillies have activity in their pen. The pitch. And this one's punched down the right field line, slicing again. That'll go foul. As it looks like Tanner Banks is up for the Phillies. Luzardo is now up over 100 pitches for the day. The 0-2. Swinging a ground ball to third. Alec Boehm takes care of it. His throw to first in plenty of time. And there are two down. When Luzardo trying to get through a clean 7 here. He hasn't gone a full 7 innings since May the 25th against the Athletics in Sacramento. The very next start was that debacle against Milwaukee. But got a chance for the full 7 here today. The first pitch to Casey Schmidt is a breaking ball, and it's in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Schmidt has walked and grounded into a fielder's choice. Here he beats a foul straight down to the plate. Jesus quickly ahead at 0-2, and we told you the numbers the 2 times that Luzardo had started here. He gave up 6 runs in each start. He had given up 12 earned runs in 8 innings here. 0-2 pitch on the way, and it's up high. The windup and the 1-2. Swung on, popped in the air, shallow right. Stott is going out. He'll make the catch. And 7 really strong innings today for Jesus Luzardo. Phillies staring at the possibility of a sweep, but the right-hander Tristan Beck now on the mound for the Giants. Phillies with a 4-0 lead. First pitch to Bryce Harper is in tight for ball 1. Harper's best game in a while. Certainly since coming off the injured list. 2 for 3 with a homer, a double, 2 runs scored. For the Phil's first baseman. As Beck delivers and Harper swinging a drive, center field and deep. Lee back into his right. He looks up at the wall and it's off the fence. And Harper is headed for second. He'll be there with another double. And that was oh so close to his second homer of the day. At the 399 mark to the left of center. And all 3 hits have gone that direction for Harper, and that is such a good sign.
Curveball. He went slider first pitch that Harper spit on that one. And then he got a curveball. Well, I got to be honest with you, I thought that ball was leaving the yard. It was close.
There's a little angle there where the wall drops down to a lower height. There's a yellow line there. If it hits to the right of that yellow line, it signifies a homer. To the left, it's a ball in play. And here's Alec Bohm, and he takes a strike over the outside corner. Bohm is 1 for 3, reached on an infield ahead, coupled with a throwing error, got him to second, and JT drove him home with a 2-out single. Later in that second inning, the pitch, it's up high. Beck shakes off a sign. And the right-hander now delivers. And the pitch is taken low and away. Beck 1-0 with a 4.15 ERA. His 8th appearance with the big club this year. Two balls, 1 strike. And the pitch swinging a ground ball up the middle. That's going to get through. It's a base hit. Harper's around third. And he'll score without a throw as Alec Bohm delivers an RBI single to center. And the Phillies now with a 5-0 lead.
Some good baseball right there. Go back to Alec Bohm's last at-bat, trying to move the runner over to third in that situation and couldn't get on top. This time, gets a little bit different pitch. It's something that stays down that he can handle, down at the knees. Stays up the middle. That's good hitting.
Bohm picks up his 42nd run batted in. Here's a swing and another ground ball up the middle. There's a base hit. 3 straight hits for the Phillies as Castellanos has his second hit of the game. Stopping at second is Bohm. And now Max Kepler coming up. Well, this is also been an issue for the Phillies here is the attack on runs. Like they've had numerous chances. Rob Thompson kind of talked about it today. He said, we had some chances maybe to not put ourselves in a position in the 9th inning we were in last night. You score a run, you chip on, you add on, you maybe get 1 here, 1 there, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, you got a big lead. And right here in the 8th inning, really got a chance to deliver a knockout blow. Already leading 5-0. Phillies with both Matt Strom and Seth Johnson getting loose. As the first pitch from Beck to Kepler is swung on and missed. Oh, and 1 the count. And this pitch swung on and fouled back. Kepler today is 0 for 2. Did drive in a run with a sacrifice fly back in the 6th inning. The pitch. It's up high. Phillies have 5 runs batted in from 5 different players today.
They have 5 runs scored, but Harper's scored 3 of them. As Homer obviously in both of his doubles led off innings. And the Phillies able to get him home each time. The 1-2. And that's just outside. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Kepler fouls that one down off his foot. Where'd that get him?
Ooh.
More like the shin.
Shin? Yeah. Reminds me of Andy Van Slyke. Played for the Phillies a little bit. He took a ball off the shin, and it ballooned up like a golf ball. And the next day he played and took another one, same spot, and it soon became a tennis ball. It was one of the grossest things I've ever seen. I didn't know that that could happen on the shin, like right in the middle of the shin, how big the swelling. It was something.
Kepler, time called as he steps out there, and it's clearly not comfortable. And you almost, if he has to step out again, they might have to step in with the trainer.
Sounds like a Western dance. That's what you're.
Two
something
balls,
a cowboy would do.
2 strikes. Here we go. The pitch, lined into right. That's falling. It'll be a base hit. Bohm. Back and forth in between second and third. He'll stop at third base. And so the bases are loaded now for JT Realmuto. And Kepler's had so much trouble getting hits with a man in scoring position. Gets one there, but it doesn't drive in a run.
Tristan Beck throws basically 4 pitches, 4-seam, curveball, sweeper, and slider. All 4 of those pitches he throws pretty much equally across the board.
Here's the pitch to JT, and he swings and fouls it back. Phillies are 4 for 10 today with runners in scoring position now. The pitch, and it's down and away. In their last 5 games, they had only 5 hits with a man in scoring position. They were 5 for 42 the last 5 games.
Could use another one right here.
1 ball, 1 strike. Beck ready. Here's the pitch. Lined into left. There is a base hit. Bohm will score. Castellanos held at third, and JT Realmuto with his second RBI single of the day. And the Phillies now lead this one 6-0. And here comes J.P. Martinez, the pitching coach of the Giants, out to talk to Tristan Beck, who has given up 5 straight hits to start this 8th inning. There's still nobody out. And I think Matt Strom has now taken a seat in the bullpen.
Well, this kind of goes what you were just talking about, right? Adding on. It's not like they're ripping these. I mean, the one that Kepler hit, JT hit another one, didn't hit it real hard. Just add on, just run by run here.
And now we're going to get a pinch runner. I think Kepler really still feeling the effects of that ball off the shin. So Kepler departs, and Rojas is going to run for him out at second base. Stott, the batter, with the bases full. And so Rojas running for Kepler. You've got Castellanos at third, Rojas at second, and Realmuto at first. They're even with the bags at the corners. And Beck ready, and his first pitch to Stott. He swings and hits one high in the air center field, fairly deep, but it'll stay in the park. It'll be caught by Lee. Tagging from third and coming home is Castellanos. The throw to third, Rojas is out as Lee guns down Johan Rojas, trying to go from second to third. And the Phillies will just double check, and they do want to challenge the call.
It didn't look like Johan got a real good break off of second base there, but it did appear maybe he got his left hand around the tag of Chapman.
He was a little late on his decision to tag. And that's what you're talking about there. The jump wasn't great because he was still kind of going back towards second base.
Well, because there was nobody out to begin with, the run will score. That'll still count, so it's 7-0 with 3 runs across in the inning. Obviously, a one-out situation, it's a bigger deal. Then you got to get into whether he was out at third and whether or not that out got recorded before the one at the plate. But I don't know if...
I still know there's a good enough angle to see.
Not one we've seen.
Yeah.
But San Francisco, I believe, has the full slate of different cameras, and they can high def zoom in and get some different angles there. So we'll see what they see. Meantime, Phillies with a 7-0 lead here. And boy, 5 straight hits to start the inning. And 3 runs scored in an inning. I could be wrong, but it feels like it's been a while since the Phillies could say that. I think he might be safe, but again, I think you're going to need multiple angles almost at the same time, run them simultaneously, to get a clearer picture of whether the hand was on the bag before the tag got him on the chest. He's sliding in head first, his left hand with the red oven mitt sliding pad going around to the inside of the bag. Chapman kind of on the outfield side of the bag as he takes the throw and swipes the tag back to his right.
Pretty good throw from deep center. I mean,
absolutely.
Stott got this ball out there a ways. Lee out there does a nice job.
Also, we should mention either way, JT followed the runner into second base. So the question whether or not Rojas is out, but JT will be at second. Ron Culpa and Lance Barksdale handling the replay room in New York this week. Here's Marvin Hudson.
The call on the fellow is overturned. The runner is safe. Philadelphia will retain their challenge.
There you go. Stott picks up an RBI, is 38. And Rojas safe at third base, and there's still only 1 out. So that's 6 different players with a run batted in, and Brandon Marsh can try to make it 7. As the Giants with the infield in here. Marsh already 2 for 3 today. The pitch from Beck. It's way inside, a breaking ball.
There's enough of a breeze now that the pants on Beck, who's on the mound, are flapping. Now, he's a pretty thin guy. You can kind of see the wind working.
Here's the pitch. And a breaking ball that misses inside. 7 on the board for the Phillies on 13 hits. Beck with a 2-0. And Marsh fouls it down at the plate. Obviously, the Phillies struggling with the runners in scoring position here lately, but these last 4 games, single digits in hits each time. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Go back to that game on July the 4th, a game the Phillies lost 9-6, but they scored 6 runs on 14 hits. So in the same ballpark now, except with a 7-0 lead. Beck with a 2-2. And that's up high. Marsh lays off. A single to right and a single to center. He's also grounded out to first. Marsh has hit safely in 20 of the last 26. Beck's 3-2 pitch. And it's down and in. That's ball 4. And the bases are reloaded. As Trey Turner is going to come up. He'll be the 8th man to bat in this inning, but he's not going to face Tristan Beck. As Bob Melvin is on his way to the hill, he's going to make a pitching change here in the 8th inning. Phillies have scored 3 times already. They lead this game 7-0, and a pitching change brought to you by Pennington Grass Seed.
Tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker.
And here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting.
And now he's back to the left side. And a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch that was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
So this is MLB Network Talent Stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lauren Shahadi card?
How about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lauren Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
We'll tell you about the new Giants pitcher after we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Philadelphia Phillies Radio Network.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Powered by the Tasty Cake Studios. The home of the Phillies. 94 WIP. An Odyssey Sports Station.
With Kevin Stocker, I'm Scott Fransky with you from Oracle Park in San Francisco. Phillies 7 and the Giants nothing. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 8th, and Trey Turner the batter. And the first pitch to Turner from Scott Alexander misses outside. Ball 1. Turner up here with the bases loaded. As the Phillies already a 7-0 lead. 3 runs across in the inning. There's 1 out. Outfield playing Turner to pull the 1-0 pitch. He swings and grounds it to short. Could be 2. Adames to second. 1 on to first. Not in time. The call at first base. Turner beats it out. And it'll be an RBI for Trey Turner on the fielder's choice ground out, and it's 8-0 Phillies. Turner becomes the 7th different Philly today to drive in a run. And here's Kyle Schwarber, the 9th man to bat in this inning. And the pitch. He swings and fouls it off. Schwarber's already got a home run in this series into McCovey Cove. He's got a home run this year against Scott Alexander at Coors Field when he pitched for the Rockies, the 0-1. Swung on, line deep to left. Ramos back to the wall, looks up, and it's gone. An opposite field line drive home run for Kyle Schwarber. It's a 3-run home run. As the Phillies putting it to the Giants here today. Schwarber's 29th of the year. It's 11-0 Phillies.
And how good have the hitters been today to the opposite field? And if I can pick on just Kyle and Harp, that's where their hits have been all day. Of course, Harp's got the 3 hits all the other way. Schwarber goes out the other way. In fact, I think he's got a couple of home runs that way now. And he got that RBI. Wasn't he one without one?
That's right.
There you go.
Here's Bryce Harper, and he swings and grounds one foul. Only Brandon Marsh among the starters didn't drive in a run today. But he has scored one now, and he's got 2 hits and a walk. So he's done his part out of the number 9 spot. Next pitch missing, 1 ball and 1 strike. The biggest inning of the year for the Phillies, the 1-1, breaking ball down and away. 7 runs across.
6 times. They had a 6-run inning most recently against Atlanta on the 27th of June. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Two and 2 to Harper. 3-hit day for Bryce today. Here's the pitch. And that one is down and away. And not only a 3-hit game, but 3 extra base hits for Harper in this one. Count full, payoff pitch. And he fouls it off.
Pretty sure Harp's using a different bat. I thought earlier in the game, and again, I'll go back and check for sure. I thought he was using what we would call a rose-colored bat. It's kind of a reddish color. Now he's just got the true maple color.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch swung on, grounded foul down the first base line. Harper does not have a 4-hit game this year, by the way. 3 times in the month of May he had a 3-hit game. Alexander comes set again, and the 3-2 again. Swung on, line to left center field. On the run, Ramos. This ball is going to bang off the wall as well. And Harper is into second again with his second double of the inning. His 3rd of the day, and it's his first 4-hit game this season. As this 8th inning continues on Harper's 2nd hit of the frame.
Did you just speak that into existence as well? It's like our 3rd one.
You know, like Rob
Tip your
said
cap.
Like Rob said the other day, you know, we all have bad nights. Some nights we're on, some nights we're off. And
you stunk last night.
No doubt. Here's Bohm. Here's the pitch. Bounces in there. I got to tell you, Stock, feels a lot like that Friday night in Atlanta. They get swept in Houston. They can't hit anything, and they go out Friday night in Atlanta, and they can't miss a single pitch. Well, they score 13 runs that night?
Yeah.
1-0 pitch, and that's inside. Obviously, this was a close game for a while. Phillies are taking it to a Giants bullpen. It's been pretty good this year, the 2-0. And that's down low. This is the first time in Harper's career that he's had 4 extra base hits in a game.
Oh, that's something.
Three and 0 to Bohm. And the pitch. And that one is in there for a called strike. We're in the 8th. It's 11 runs on 15 hits for the Phillies. 3-1 to Bohm. Here's the pitch. And that one is a strike on the inside corner. Count full with 2 outs. And the pitch. And that's down low. It's ball 4. And the inning continues. Seven hits in the inning. Otto Kemp is going to bat for Castellanos. So Kemp will pinch hit here in the 8th inning. Castellanos finishes the day 2 for 4. Andrew Kisner goes out to talk to Alexander.
I think about Harp coming back from the injury. And he's still trying to get his feet under him. I know the other day we were talking about, I should say his legs, not his feet. Just talking about some fatigue. You know, I know Rob Thompson, he might be a little fatigued here and there, that sort of thing. And I started thinking about that. And basically what you're talking about is just standing out there at first base the first 3 or 4 games makes you tired. His first week back.
Pitch to Kemp. Fouled down at the plate.
I mean, that takes some time, and that's why you talked yesterday. You were adamant about it. He's been out. He was taking batting practice. This was, of course, was yesterday. I think it was yesterday on the field. Again, trying to get the legs back into what we call baseball shape. That's a real thing, people, believe it or not.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. It's 0-2. Otto Kemp, his first pinch hit. And not a bad idea to see if Otto Kemp can heat up in a hurry. It's a real skill, especially if you're a young player, hasn't done that kind of thing. Come off the bench. The 0-2. And it's down low. Obviously not a pressure-packed situation like you often see, but Seth Johnson's been throwing for about a half hour out in the bullpen. He might be out of bullets at this point. Alexander's 1-2. And that's down low. Breaking ball. Two balls, two strikes. And the pitch. Swinging a foul ball down the third base line.
Kemp's from California. He's from San Diego?
Right?
Southern
Orange County.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. He's got to have a pretty healthy pass list, I would think. Either
This
here
weekend, he's definitely going to, I'm sure. I don't know about here, but definitely down there, I bet. Next pitch, swing and a miss. And Kemp strikes out. And that is the final out here in this top of the 8th inning. But what an inning it was. 7 runs, 7 hits, 2 left for the Phils. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th with the Phillies now leading at 11-0.
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not? Right?
He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's on point.
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
Game. He'll play left field. Johan Rojas remains in the game in center. Brandon Marsh moves over to right field. And a new shortstop is Edmundo Sosa takes over. And the pitch up high, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. So it's Bohm, Sosa, Stott, and Harper on the infield. Kemp, Rojas, and Marsh in the outfield. A 1-2 pitch. Curveball. Just missed, a little bit high. The Phillies say that it was a shin contusion for Max Kepler that forced him out. The 2-2 on the way. And that's up high. And it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Seth Johnson up for the 3rd different stint this season for the Phillies. The 3-2 on the way. And that's high, ball 4. Not what the Phillies want to see. Johnson with his first walk of the year. He had, for the most part, thrown strikes. In his defense, he's been standing out there waiting a while to get
ready to go.
Inning going. Here's Luis Matos. The pitch, it's up high. He got up when the first run of that top half of the inning scored on the single by Bohm. Once it was 5-0, he was up alongside Matt Strom. Johnson with a 1-0. Swung on, popped up. This will go out of play, foul.
Well, he could have sat down.
Well, I would assume did at some point.
Right. Take a knee. Drink of water.
Shop online for cowboy boots.
Well, yeah, you could do that. Or a hat.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on, fouled back into the screen.
$15 hits for the Phillies so far today. Good for them.
1-2. Swing and a miss. He got it. Breaking ball. And Matos down on strikes for the third time today. I'm going to bring up the catcher, Andrew Kisner. Kisner, one half of one of my favorite pitcher hitter battles over the years. As the pitch on the way, it's fouled out of play. When the Phillies had Brandon Kintzler on the mound facing Andrew Kisner. So Kintzler versus Kisner.
Did you just confuse everybody during that battle?
Usually just friends. The 0-1. And it's fouled out of play to the right side.
I can see that.
You know, I mean, you always... Sometimes we have to just amuse ourselves.
Sure. Yeah.
We do 160 of these.
That's funny.
0-2 pitch. And it's fouled away. And Kisner stays alive. He's 0 for 2 today with a fly ball to center and a ground out to first. Jesus Luzardo was really good today. 7 innings, no runs, 3 hits. All singles, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. The 0-2. Curveball, breaking ball, and it's a little bit low. Out of town scoreboard. Tampa and Detroit go to the bottom of the fourth. 2-2 in Detroit. 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball. Shallow right center. Marsh coming over. He's been calling, now called off by Rojas. And Marsh hits the deck. He just skids to a stop and dives down into the grass to avoid Rojas.
Pretty sure nobody saw that. A face plant.
2 gone, and here is Elliot Ramos.
Well, he started the day in center, Marsh. So he was in control.
Here's the pitch, and Ramos hits one to center again, and Rojas went back. Now comes in a couple of steps, makes the catch. And after the leadoff walk, no problem after that for Seth Johnson.
Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Learn more at IBX.com.
While everyone's listening to the ball game on the Phillies radio network, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, is hard at work rebuilding our infrastructure, whether it's transportation, water, or energy projects. ELEC and the operating engineers, 825, are ready to get to work building our bounce back.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Well, Nelly's coming to Citizens Bank Park. He's going to take the stage for a post-game concert. That's presented by Jim Beam on Tuesday, July 22nd, after the Phils host the Red Sox at 6:45 p.m. Here's the deal. Your game ticket is your concert ticket. Don't lose it. But you can enhance your experience with a field pass. Visit Phillies.com/theme nights to purchase tickets and field passes today.
Mike Yastrzemski, the new pitcher for the Giants, and his first pitch misses for ball 1. And the next offering is swing and a miss. Is that 58? What did that say?
Couldn't have been more than that.
Second career appearance for Yastrzemski on the mound. He did it once last year as well. He misses down low. 2-1 the count. They've also brought in a new shortstop. That's Brett Wisely. And a new first baseman. That's Dom Smith. 11-0. Phillies lead this one. And the 2-1 to Rojas. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. There's a base hit out of the reach of Wisely diving for it. Which sounds weird.
Why is that?
Well, there was nothing wise about diving for it. He wasn't. He wisely dives for it.
I just want everybody to know sometimes Scott needs to entertain himself because. I mean,
clearly, here's JT Realmuto. First pitch, breaking ball. That's in for a called strike. JT, a couple of hits today, a couple of runs batted in. And that one floats in a little low. These are coming in about 55.
Yeah.
Floating in there. Yastrzemski, the 1-1. And that's outside. Joe Ross is warming up for the Phillies. Phillies now with 16 hits, 18 is their season high. The pitch swung on, yanked down the left field line towards the corner, and that ball is going to one hop against the fence. And into third goes Rojas, into second goes JT with a double. And the Phillies are one hit away from matching that season high.
This copyrighted broadcast, people, is presented by authority of the Philadelphia Phillies. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Phillies.
Here is Bryson Stott.
There you go.
First pitch, and that one misses. 1-0 the count.
I say there you go because that was literally at 73 miles an hour. That's a little bit more effort.
The pitch, and that one a little bit wide. Yastrzemski gave up 2 runs in his only other pitching performance last year against the Braves, the 2-0. That one stays high. The windup and the 3-0, and that's down low. It's ball 4. Base is full, and here comes Brandon Marsh. Nobody out, and so Marsh has a chance to drive in a run here, and that would make it all 9 starters to have driven in a run. The pitch. He swings and grounds it to first. Smith's got it to second. There's one on to first. Not in time. He beats it out and gets the RBI. And it's 12-0 Phillies. And all 9 starting position players drive in at least 1 run today for the Phillies.
It's a pretty good job, I have to say, by Yastrzemski covering first base. It's not something that he ever gets to do. You certainly don't practice that.
In the third, Realmuto, and here's a swing and a ground ball by Sosa to second, or to third. Chapman's got it, throws to second for 1 out, but his throw to first is offline, so Sosa reaches. He drives in a run. It's 13-0 Phillies. And that'll bring up Kyle Schwarber. And the pitch. Schwarber takes. Breaking ball. That's outside. Schwarber, a 3-run home run to cap that 8th inning. Runner at first. They don't hold him. The pitch. And that's down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. "13 runs, matching a season high for the Phils. The pitch. Swung on, fouled back, and out of play. Yastrzemski, the 2-1, and it's in the dirt. Now Harper waiting on deck. He gets a chance to bat. He's got a 4-hit game, all extra base hits for Harper. And this hits Schwarber. And Yastrzemski, you could tell, I mean, that's a hitter hitting another hitter, and he's like, I didn't want to do that. Got him up back, get him on the back of the, below the neck.
Shoulder blades, right?
Shoulder blade,
right,
yeah.
Shoulder blade.
Well, here's Harper, and the pitch down low.
Well, you might as well get another extra base hit.
Might as well. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, popped up, third base side, foul territory, maybe a play for Chapman. He's under it, he makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Phillies tack on 2 more here in the 9th, and we go to the bottom of the
Baseball is brought to you by Lysio's Bakery, available at your favorite deli, sandwich shop, supermarket, and exclusively in Citizens Bank Park. Lysio's Bakery. It all starts with the bread, and proud partner of the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's go, Phils.
The home of the Phillies, 94 WIP.
Out of Town Scores brought to you by Oliver Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. You'll feel the difference. Phillies leading it 13-0 as we go to the last of the 9th, and Joe Ross will pitch it for the Phils, who head to San Diego next, off day tomorrow. It's been such a tough place for the Phillies to play over the years. They avoid the sweep, as Patrick Bailey will lead off as a pinch hitter. And Bailey, of course, big hero last night with his walk-off inside the park home run. And the pitch from Joe Ross swung on and fouled back. The Phillies had a split here back in 2017. They went 2-2. But the last time they won a series at Oracle Park, the lineup card was signed by Charlie Manuel. That's how long it's been. 2013, the 0-1 down low. Phillies won 2 out of 3 in that series. They lost in a walk-off. They had a chance at a sweep, but lost in the 10th. The Giants salvaged the finale of the series. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball hit to second. Stott down to a knees, got it, and tosses to first. There's one away. The first game was a win for Cliff Lee over Madison Bumgarner. The second game was a win for Kyle Kendrick over Tim Lincecum. And again, that was in Charlie Manuel's final season as manager. The last time the Phillies won a series in this ballpark. Since 2014, they are 7-26 here.
Man.
11 straight series without a win. The pitch is up high. 1 ball to no strikes. Ross with a 1-0. That's a strike called. 1-1 the count on Dominic Smith. Is he complaining about balls and strikes in the bottom of the 9th inning of a 13-0 ball game?
Maybe he's mad that he didn't swing.
That's all those years with Jeff McNeil as his teammate.
Oh, wow. Shots fired.
1-1. Wants to put up a quality AB at any time.
Yeah.
One and two. Ross comes set. Here's the pitch. That's up high.
I didn't do a lot of pinch hitting, but in situations, there's a few times in situations coming in when you were getting blown out or vice versa, you were blowing another team out. The idea walking up to the plate was to swing no matter what.
2-2. Swing and a liner to second. It'll be caught by Stott. Yeah, I mean, in the same way the pitcher that comes in that spot, nobody wants you nibbling. You're going to throw strikes and
right. That's
make
the
them
idea.
Put the ball in play, right?
I mean, you don't just go up there and swing at everything, but you also understand the situation. There's an understanding there.
Well, here's Matt Chapman. And the pitch to Chapman is a fastball for a called strike. Phillies, with this 13-0 lead, will win their 54th game of the season. The 0-1. And that one down and in. And, of course, the Phillies have lost the season series to the Giants as well, if that were to come into play somewhere along the way, wild card-wise. Ross with the 1-1. Chapman takes. That's down and away. Two balls and one strike. And the pitch. That's outside. Well, we alluded to it before, but the stock in much the same fashion, the Phillies forgot about Houston pretty quickly. Looks like they forgot about last night pretty quickly, too. Moving on to get this big win today. 3-1 offer. And that's a ground ball through the right side, a base hit for Chapman. And that'll keep the game going. Brings up the shortstop, Brett Wisely. Wisely hitting .229 on the year. Ross ready. Phillies don't hold Chapman at first, of course. First pitch is upstairs for ball one.
To be honest with you, this can be kind of a tough situation for someone like Joe Ross to come into. 13-0, and you're being asked to come in with the same adrenaline as you normally would in any situation. And he's been around a little while. He has to be able to come in, lock it in.
1-0. And that's a called strike. This would be the 9th shutout for the Phillies this year if they can finish it off. The 1-1. Swinging a ground ball back towards the bag at second. Sosa has it, throws to first, and the ball game is over. Phillies win it in shutout fashion. 13-0 as they ride a huge day from Bryce Harper to a rout of the Giants. 13-0 the final.
Well, everybody was involved today. It's always nice to see offensively. And on the hill, Luzardo was just terrific. Hopefully he can keep that consistency down the road. He was awesome.
Phillies win it, 13-0 final. Back with the totals and a recap right after this.
John Crook here. I'm proud to partner with my friends at Thompson Toyota, BMW, and Lexus. They're not just about selling cars, they're about building relationships for the long term. Need an SUV, a luxury sedan, or a reliable used car? They'll go above and beyond to get you what you want. And for service, you've got to experience the Thompson difference. One visit and you'll see what sets them apart. Thompson Toyota, BMW, and Lexus in Doylestown and Willow Grove, or at 1-800-THOMPSON.com.
They say Delco's a lot, and you know what? They're right. Hi, this is Ben Davis. I have called Delaware County home for years, and take it from me, there's a lot of cool stuff to do in Delco. From parks to putt-putt, running to rock climbing, archery to ice skating, live music to live theater. Not to mention, there's literally thousands of places to eat or hang out and watch a game with hundreds of your closest friends. They say Delco's a lot, and they're right. Plan your visit today at visitdelco.com. That's visitdelco.com.
It's simple. When we breathe better, life is better. Which is why at the Temple Lung Center, we're developing tomorrow's treatments today. When our renowned physicians develop new lung therapies, you can create new memories. And when we bring breakthrough research to the clinical space, you can make more moments that matter. Temple Lung Center. Breathe better. Live better. To schedule an appointment at the Temple Lung Center, call 800-TEMPLE-MED.
Hey Phillies fans, warm up for the game with expert analysis and unfiltered opinion on Phillies Pregame Live.
It is gone!
Then, after the final out, hear from players fresh off the field with Phillies Postgame Live, only on NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Phillies Baseball, Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Swings, drills it deep left field. Going back is Ramos. He looks up and it's gone. And Bryce Harper with an opposite field laser to left.
My back's a little sore right now.
Carrying this broadcast.
It's just nonstop.
Breaking ball, and he lines it to left. There's a base hit. In to score is Harper.
Harp's out there looking for anything in the dirt.
Verlander, who has not thrown a wild pitch yet this season. And he bounces that one in the dirt, and it gets away.
That's me.
7 really strong innings today for Jesus Luzardo. Phillies staring at the possibility of a sweep, but the left-hander was terrific all afternoon. Swung on, line deep to left. Ramos back to the wall, looks up, and it's gone. An opposite field line drive home run for Kyle Schwarber. It's a 3-run home run. Big day for the offense today. Kyle Schwarber going deep. Bryce Harper going deep. He had 4 extra base hits on the afternoon. It all adds up to a 13-0 shutout win for the Phillies here at Oracle Park in San Francisco. Well, had a great pitching performance from Jesus Luzardo. Those are your Meineke moments of the game. Meineke doing car care right for over 50 years. Here are the totals for the Phillies. 13 runs to tie a season high. 17 hits, 1 off their best. No errors, 8 men left on base. For the Giants, no runs, 4 hits, 3 errors, and 5 left on base. Luzardo, the winning pitcher, he's 8-5. Justin Verlander, the loss, he falls to 0-7. No save in the game. It took 2 hours and 49 minutes to play with a crowd of 37,334 in attendance here in San Francisco as the Phillies certainly turned the page on their...
So this is MLB Network Talent Stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lauren Shahadi card?
How about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lauren Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
But good way for the Phillies to, again, forget about last night and get a win moving on to San Diego.
Oh, man, it's so good. Just the feeling. There's an off day tomorrow. You know, they had the way that they lost last night. Even you and I and Murph, we came in today, was still in our crawl a little bit. So hats off to those guys and to Bryce. It's good to see Bryce back. I think he feels good, and that's important when they get into rolling into that All-Star break. So, yeah, big win.
Phillies win it by a final 13-0. We're back with you on Friday night from San Diego. It's a 9:40 Eastern Time start on Friday night from Petco Park. That means our pregame coverage will begin at 9:05 with another edition of Phillies on deck. Ranger Suarez on the mound for the Phillies. Don't know quite yet the starter scheduled for San Diego. Stay tuned now. The post-game show is coming up for you next. Greg Murphy has a recap of the ball game, audio highlights, scores, analysis, and much more, all coming up on the post-game show with Murph. 13-0 the final. Phillies win it for our engineer here in San Francisco, Bill Brooks. For Luke Nichols, engineering back in our studios, and for Kevin Stocker, I'm Scott Fransky saying thanks for listening, and stay tuned. The post-game show is next here on the Phillies Radio Network.
The pitch. Swung on, belted deep left field. That one's going to go. You've been listening to Phillies Baseball on Sports Radio 94 WIP. And the Phillies are going back to back. Brought to you by Citizens, official bank of the...
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
We don't carry the title of fan lightly.
We're made for counting down the minutes to the first pitch, and for losing our voice before the 7th inning stretch. We're made for leading rallies, and for following box scores. We're made for celebrating big moments, and we're made ready with Citizens. Citizens, fellow fans of the official bank of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Hackers suck. So does juggling multiple apps to run your business. Meet Trust UC from Telesystem, an AI-powered voice, video, and messaging platform with built-in cybersecurity awareness training. Visit hackersuck.com to learn more.
It's Marsh Madness for kids 14 and under who receive a branded Marsh basketball jersey presented by CP Rankin Roofing Experts on Saturday, July 19th when the Phils face the Angels at 6:05. Get tickets at Phillies.com.
When someone's AC is on the fritz or drains are just not draining at all, like at all, Horizon Services never asks, how soon do you need it fixed? You know why? Because no one in recorded history has ever said, oh, take your time, just whenever you can get to it. We just assume how fast can you get here will always be the answer. So Horizon will be there same day, and we won't leave until you're 100% satisfied. See? Sometimes it's good to assume. It gets your AC fixed fast. Book today at horizonservices.com.
Yuengling Traditional Lager, a beer that, like true legends, stands the test of time. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. So make sure to come down to Eagleville Tap House on Ridge Pike in Eagleville, PA. Enjoy $3 Yuengling Lager drafts and flight bottles during all Phillies games. Yuengling, legends stand the test of time.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Phillies come racing out of the dugout.
The game may be over, but the conversation is just getting started.
Swung on, hit in the air, left center field, long run into the gap. Rojas is calling. He will reach out, makes the catch up against the wall.
It's time for Phillies playback.
Bohm is coming around third. They'll wave him to the plate. The throw.
is not in time.
Greg Murphy has the highlights, scores from other games, and Rob Thompson's thoughts on today's game.
Swung on, belted, deep right field, and it's long gone for Harper.
Here's Greg Murphy.
Well, admittedly, it may not completely erase the taste from last night, but boy, that is exactly what this team needed here today. Great start by Jesus Luzardo and the offense breaking out. Maybe exercise some Bay Area demons here this afternoon. A real good win as they take the final game of this 3-game series. Hi, everyone. Welcome into Phillies Playback. Greg Murphy here with you from Oracle Park in San Francisco. 10 different players with runs batted in today for the Phillies, and they get their biggest inning of the season as well, a 7-run 8th inning, and it all added up to a 13-0 win over these Giants. So the Phillies do indeed salvage one in this 3-game series. It is win number 54 on the season. And now they didn't win the series, and they still haven't done that since 2013 here in San Francisco, but certainly a good day. Bryce Harper with a big day. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more as we welcome Kevin Stocker back in to analyze this one. And this one a lot more fun to analyze than the one we did last night. So,
scored a lot of runs.
Yeah, we did. Good.
Done.
Yes, that was well, no, you haven't touched the pitching yet.
True.
I need you
That's
to
true.
touch on that too.
Okay.
But yeah, certainly good to see. And if there's one thing that we know about this particular team and over the last couple of years, the core group of guys, is that they do have a unique ability to forget about what happened 12 hours previously and kind of look ahead to the next task at hand, and they were able to do that today. It all starts with Jesus Luzardo and what he was able to do. Only one inning where he just, maybe lost his command for just a couple of minutes, but then got it back, and he was terrific today. Start there, because give me your thoughts on what Jesus was able to do today.
Well, I really like how you presented that, because I was really proud of him as far as when the wheels started to come off, he reined it back in, and that has been a little bit of the issue in those 3 blow-up starts that he's had, is he loses the feeling of the spin, which is a big part. I'm talking about his sweeper and his slider. Those are big pitches for him. Today, he reined it back in, and he didn't let that get to him, and then he just pounded the zone early. Big difference from last time. A lot of counts this time. He was 0-2, 1-2, 0-2, 1-2. He's ahead. Makes huge difference. Now, maybe some other guys, Zach Wheeler, might be able to get away with a couple of innings of that because of his power stuff. Luzardo is not that guy. And so, I think he was really good about going out there. The other thing that was great, when you look, he threw 108 pitches. I think that's where he ended up at, 78 strikes. So that's a really large strike percentage for him. When he gets into this below 60% strikes, 55, that's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
So, I thought he did a really nice job of getting ahead. That was key.
And for folks that weren't with us at the beginning of the game, the inning we're talking about, he allowed a leadoff base hit, then got a double play in the first inning, and then a strikeout, so he only faced 3 batters in the first. In the second, he got Matt Chapman to lead off the inning on a ground ball, but then a single and a walk put 2 runners on with 1 out, and because of what we've seen over the last or over a few of his starts, you start to think, oh boy, is he going to struggle here? But then strikeout to get out of the inning, and that really was it.
Yeah.
That was the only time the entire game that he seemed to have a moment. And I do think Caleb Cotham came out at that point, right, and had a conversation with him. Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, so and after that, Caleb didn't have to get up because he was really, really good. So it was good to see.
And I don't know, I've been privy to some of the conversations back when, like, Johnny Padres and stuff like that. Now infielders don't go out there, but almost certainly when Caleb goes out, it is a confidence boost.
Yeah.
Usually it's never going to be mechanical. Hey, your arm is this or that. It's more like, hey, you look good. We like what you want. Just get in the strike zone early. And just to kind of remind, it's like guys on the bases, Dusty and Paco, they're constantly having to remind guys when they're on the base. Same with the pitcher. JT can't go out every time because of the mound visit issue. So sometimes it's just something small, and that's all that's needed.
Well, it certainly worked. And meanwhile, the Phillies offense, who, really in the first 2 games, they struggled obviously with runners in scoring position. That's been a recurring problem over the last week or so, but also really just, getting hits. Both teams did really. Neither team was hitting the cover off the ball in the first 2 games, but the Phillies able to get on the board first. As we start with the audio highlights in the second inning, Alec Boehm working on Justin Verlander would single to lead off the inning. Then after a fly out by Castellanos and a ground out by Kepler, it brought JT Realmuto to the plate.
Ball, and it's pulled into left. There's a base hit. And a 2-out RBI single from JT Realmuto will get the Phillies on the board.
Just one run, but
yeah. I mean, taking advantage of a couple little mistakes here and there. We've talked about that a lot, especially in this ballpark. Day games here are way different than night games. They really are. So you kind of want to get on the board early. That's the trick. And then you got to keep kind of getting on there because home runs can come quick here. But, I mean, that's good. I mean, you saw some pretty sketchy defense from Matt Chapman and really from the Giants. And that was, that's an error there that scores. Mm-hmm. And so you try to take advantage of those mistakes.
Yeah, Alec Boehm, I should have mentioned that. Alec Boehm singled, but then a throwing error allowed him to go to second. The ground ball moved him over to third, and then the RBI there by JT. So 1-0 Phillies at that point. Then in the fourth inning, still working against Justin Verlander, and it's Bryce Harper leading things off.
Harper swings, drills it deep left field. Going back is Ramos. He looks up, and it's gone. And Bryce